Green told me that the people you follow online probably have no idea what they're doing, and that this is part of a Gutenberg level event we are not thinking about nearly as much as we should be.
People don't have media training.
I interviewed Hank recently for my Radio 4 podcast about the history of YouTube. Like and subscribe. It got very nice reviews if you haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. And in it, he gave this fascinating answer to a question of mine. By the way, this is the first time Hank Green has ever been interviewed on BBC Radio, which in and of itself should tell you a lot about British media and how it covers digital culture. Anyway, this podcast got commissioned, which is progress. And in it, this is what Hank said.
People don't, like, they have no ethics training. They don't know what a source even is. You know, I was lucky to weirdly have taken some journalism classes in my environmental studies master's degree. So I have a little bit of that, but like not a lot, but like more than almost anybody who like stumbles into being a voice in online media. But then you also have this like weird situation where they're seen as more credible and more authentic because they don't have it. Because they're not being careful. And so it's like, this person's speaking real. And it's like, no, this person's speaking recklessly. But how do you, like, that's not how it appears. Or if it does appear reckless, it still feels real. But you can't be real because you work for BBC Radio 4 and you get fired. And it would also be irresponsible. And so I think people deeply misunderstand the extent to which we are in like a Gutenberg level event right now. And like, that's going to be very disruptive.
What is a Gutenberg level event? It refers to Gutenberg and his invention of the printing press several centuries ago, which led to a seismic change in how we produce and consume media. American journalism professor Jeff Jarvis has actually called the era that we have been in since a Gutenberg parenthesis, which we are now at the end of. An era of analog, print-based gatekeepers is ending, and we are returning to decentralized forms of communication. And as Hank describes, it means who provides us with information is changing and who we trust is changing. You can see what he's worried about. He's worried about the quality of information that we find in this new world. I understand what Hank is saying, and I do think we haven't quite figured out yet what it means to trust people online. Because theoretically, someone shouldn't need media training to not lie to you or not try to mislead you or to give you accurate, interesting, engaging information. But currently in the wild west of the internet and platforms like these, when you don't have a structure like that, which even Hank relies on when he makes his content, we do end up with a lot of the problems that we're seeing now.